Building a strong back. With the best posture you can muster up, and 2 light water bottle weights, push the weights overhead. Pull the weights together in front. Dip the weights down as you do a little squat. With wide legs and wide arms, hug your favorite tree. Feet together, arms bent. Swing your arms out as you bring your shoulder blades together. This is called a fly. I try to do 10 of each, at least. Picking something off the ground requires you to have a very stable stance with your legs apart, and then use your legs to bend your body and reach for whatever it is you're trying to pick up. So it's a squat. You're maintaining an upper torso and looking ahead so you don't bend your neck. You can still see what you're picking up. And make sure the object isn't that far from your body. Holding onto your water bottle weights and standing tall with great posture, put one foot behind the other in a tandem position, which requires great core muscles for balance. And then do some bicep curls with a push overhead as you lower your body. Change the feet so that the other leg is back and you're still in that tandem position, and raise the weights out to the side and out to the front in a push-up, pull-down movement. There are 2 basic ways to get down and get back up. First, we're going to bend for health and see if we can reach the ground with our fingertips and slowly come back up. We can hold on to the ground and then bend our legs, placing one knee on the ground and then the other, and we are down. Let's get back up the way we came down, using the stronger leg, placing it in front first, and then slowly coming back up. If we need to hold on to our quad on that front leg, we can. You can try putting the other leg out first, and then slowly come up and see if it feels any different. Getting down and getting up. Number 2 is a little more difficult, but maybe you might prefer it. You're going to put your feet in the tandem position. So your back foot, you're balancing on the balls of your feet or your toes. You're standing up nice and tall with your ears above your shoulders, over your hips, over your knees, legs apart, tandem, one foot in front of the other. And then as you lower the back knee, you keep your upper body straight and reach for the floor with your fingertips. There, my knee is down. I'm upright from the hips to the top of my head. I'm not bent over. Then I can bend and put my chest on my quad there, holding onto the ground, and then scoot the leg back so I'm on my knees. And then to get back up, you would do exactly the reverse. So I'm going to scoot my leg out. I'm still balancing and leaning on that quad, straighten my body up, and then using my back toe and this leg, I could push down on my quad if I need to, and I go straight up and bring my leg in. I'll try the other side. So, tandem. So I'm reaching for the floor, keeping my upper body straight up and down. Knee comes down, reach for the floor, put my chest on my quad there, hold onto the floor, and scoot my leg back out. I'm down. Come back up, scoot my leg back in, maybe push down on my quad, but straighten up first, and then come straight up. You begin in the table position with your hands below your shoulders and your knees shoulder width apart, toes down, and you create an arch and a saddle. The arch is when your chin is to your chest and your back is rounded and you suck your belly button up. And the cow is when your head is up and your bum is up and you've created a saddle in your low lumbar back. And you go back and forth, breathing out on the movement. To do the bird dog, you begin in the table position again. That's somewhere between the cow and the cat. Then you raise your one arm so it's straight out, and the opposite leg, you touch the toe down, straighten the leg, and then lift it up and point the toe. You might eventually move to a movement of the hand or the arm and a movement of the leg and the toe. Then you just go back to where you started and do the other side. So arm out, reach with the fingertips, leg, toe down, lift it up, point the toe, and then move the arm and the leg. That is the bird dog. resting child, and cobra. Begin in the table position once again. Put your hands out in front of you quite a ways, palms down. Put your knees apart but overlap your toes, and then push your hips back into your heels, lowering your armpits to the mat. Straighten out your legs. Bring your head up and your belly button to the ground and arch your back. Go back into the resting child. Don't forget to widen your knees and put your hips into your heels with the arms nice and straight. And then back to the belly button to the ground, looking up. Arch the back. That's the cobra. Planks. Planks are the precursor to a push-up. We're not doing a push-up, we're doing a plank. Forearms down. By the way, your knees are shoulder width apart. Straighten one leg out. Put your toe down, the balls of your feet. Bring it in. Other side. Bring that back. And then let's see if we can get both of them out there. And balance on the balls of our feet and our forearms with our bum down. Now my back's not too strong today, so that's why I've got my bum up. If you can get your body as flat as a board, that's where your goal is. You're trying to get to that position. This is the precursor to the push-up. Now I'm going to try that again because I think I can do better. How long do you hold it? As long as you want. The longer the better. If it's way too easy, once you're in this plank position, get up on your hands. So you're in a push-up position. But don't do the push-up, just hold it there. Anyway, back to the plank number 1, forearm plank. All right, now we're going to try a side plank, which is a little bit more difficult. We're going to start in the same position, table position, but place our forearms down in an equal sign. And whatever forearm is closest to your knees, that's the leg you put back first, and then the other one. And then you turn and keep your hips off the ground. But the key here is to push your hips forward and go back the way you came. Let's try that again. Equal sign with the forearms. Now the hips got to go forward. You should be straight from your shoulders, your hips, down to your ankles. Let's try it this way. Down to the equal sign on the forearms. Straighten the legs. Turn. Push your hips forward. Once you've mastered that, make sure you include the breath. Begin in the table position and very, very slowly scoot yourself around so that your hip touches and then you're sitting facing up as opposed to down. Lower your body with your forearms and then your low back will touch. Your legs are bent, low back touches, and then gently put your head on the ground. And when you're ready, move your heels in close to your buttocks and lift your hips up, lining up your knees, your hips, and your shoulders in a nice straight line. Hold that for a while and then lower it, and you can do it again as many times as you want. But now he's coming up onto his forearms and then his hands, and he's sitting up, turns himself around into the table position, and he's done. To do the pancake, you start again in the table position. Scoot yourself around so you're sitting on your buttocks with your legs bent. Lower yourself, forearms, low back, and then your head touches the ground. But now we need to put our hands underneath our low back on both sides to maintain the natural curve in your lumbar spine. You're going to straighten one leg, flex the foot, and then tighten up everything on that straight side of your body, and then lift your head a couple of inches or centimeters off the ground, keeping your head in neutral and breathing normally, and then rest. Switch sides, one leg's bent, other one straight, foot flexed. Tighten up everything on that side of the body, and then lift your head. Keep breathing. Now it's time to get up, so you're going to bend your legs, rock back and forth to get those arms free, those hands out from under your low back. Put your forearms down, lift your head, low back, forearms, push yourself up, straighten your legs maybe for a little momentum, and now you're in the seated position. This seated stretch requires you to be seated, but your legs are going to be in a 90-90 position in front of you. 90 degrees at the knee joint and 90 degrees at each ankle joint. And then you're going to look behind, do a gentle twist and hold it there, and then you're going to look right over top of the front knee with your chest over top of the knee, looking straight ahead. Keep your head in neutral. And then you're going to turn a little bit more in between your legs. You're going to be facing with lifting the back knee up and pushing the front knee down, and hold that. And you want to get yourself into a position where you don't have to hold on to any knees or legs with your arms. Switch sides. 90-90 go the legs. We're going to do a gentle twist behind. Some people can even put their chest on the ground behind there, but I can only go that much. And I'm going to face over the front knee with my chest over the knee and push my head forward, keeping the chin in neutral there. Then I'm going to push down the front knee and pull up the back knee and face in between my legs. And maybe let go and see if I can hold my upper body free of the lower body. And that's the 90-90. To keep your back strong, you need to do a regular exercise program. And you need to do one with intention, which means you know exactly what you're doing and why you're doing it. To keep your back strong, you need to stand and sit smart. Do all the things that you learned about good posture, whether you're standing or sitting, and do that as much as you can all day long. In order to keep your back strong, you need to use your knees to bend instead of your back, which means when you need to get down low to get something, you bend your legs at the knees and you keep your head up pretty much to keep your back pretty straight. It's tough, but do your best. To keep your back strong, you need to lift lightly. If you're lifting something, say groceries out of the cart to put them into your trunk, make sure you do maybe a couple of things at a time or one thing at a time, but keep it light. You need to lift lightly. In order to keep your back strong, you need to carry close. Whenever you're carrying anything, food, water, laundry basket, whatever it is, keep it close to your core, close to the center of your body. In order to keep your back strong, you need to stay hydrated. That means drink lots and lots of water. How much? I don't know, how about 10 of those little 1 pound bottles a day? That would be a good start. You might have to start with a couple a day and work up to 10, but keep hydrated. In order to keep your back strong, you need to sleep well. Do all the things that you've learned about how to get a good night's sleep, an uninterrupted sleep. You need to sleep well. That's the time when your body repairs. In order to keep your back strong, you need to keep moving. That's right. In order to maintain or build muscle mass or bone mass, you need to keep moving, no matter what your age. And the last thing is, and you might want to check with your doctor, but to keep your back strong, you might want to consider taking supplements. For example, I take a calcium supplement for my bones. I take a D supplement for my bones and my muscles. I take magnesium for the water that I put in my body. I want the water to stay there so that I can digest my food. And I need enough water in my body to be able to do that, and the magnesium will hold the water until I've digested my food. Anyway, you might want to check with your healthcare provider about the supplements. Is this work? You bet. Staying alive and staying healthy is work. Until next time.